really the only outlet for most people.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Which is hard because everybody needs an outlet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, some guys are willing to help you out.
Yeah.
Other guys, not so much. They're more protecting the trade.
G'day, I'm Jason and welcome to this week's episode of Fit for FIFO, where we interview Steve, the plumber from WA. He discusses what it's like to work as an instrument tube fitter and also shares other job opportunities for plumbers in the industry. Hope you enjoy it, and here's Steve.
Steve, welcome to Fit for FIFO, mate.
Cheers, man.
Tell us a bit about your position in FIFO industry.
I'm an instrument tube fitter. I kind of fell into it one day through working as a plumber on a gas plant and construction, and a guy approached me and said, you know how to bend tube? And I was like, what is that? And he goes, come and check this out. And he showed me some stainless steel tube and instruments and things, and goes, you just hook it up from there, from A to B, and then he showed me a few other things, and then drawings, and it was very much like copper tube bending anyway, so I just said, oh wow, I always wondered who did this, and they said, yeah man, I'm fine with this, it's cool. And then I ended up taking the job about 2 weeks later with him and started bending tube, and we're back. I'm doing it for about 10 years.
So you're a plumber by trade?
Yeah.
So is there any other opportunities for plumbers in the FIFO industry that you know of?
Yeah, there's poly welding. Sometimes you can get into pipe fitting, but they've steered away from that and they're trying to use boilermaker welders now for pipe fitting. Camp construction, plumbers can get on board. Maintenance on camps, things like that. There's still a big range of what guys can do, but I guess it's trying to get that first foot in the door somehow. There's always a way.
And so did you do domestic plumbing before this?
Yeah, I was doing that. Then I went into other mining areas, drove dump trucks, and just did a variety of things.
Yeah. Did you find that your skills from like domestic plumbing or the plumbing that you've done before transferred quite easily, or was it quite different?
Yeah, it does. But like in tubing, the main guys that they get are mechie fitters, HIFO plumbers are in it, and fridgies, because they're the similar type of trades.
Yeah.
Animated plumbers are one of the rougher ones. Once guys refine and start getting to the millimetre and perfecting their skills, they become quite good tubies.
Right. Yeah.
And usually mechie fitters are really good tubies because they're always working to small tolerances, thous, and less than mil, so they're right on top of it.
Yeah, okay.
So there's always that little rivalry between, mechie fitters, plumbers, fridgies,
Yeah.
We're always so rough because in our trade, get away with, 50 mil.
Yeah, okay.
And just pull it over and that'll fit. Most of it's buried in the wall or in the ground, so.
Does it ever get boring, or is it still pretty?
No, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Certain people don't get it, and it's a bit hard for them. It's good, it's clean work.
Yeah.
You're not in a trench digging and bashing holes in concrete somewhere to get a pipe through. It's good, clean work, up off the ground most of the time.
When you first came into it, how were the guys that you worked with and stuff, their patience for someone that hadn't done it before, or quite easy to fit in?
Yeah, some guys are willing to help you out.
Yeah.
Other guys, not so much. They're more protecting the trade itself, which is kind of good. Because they've become aware that so many people want to get into it. People that don't have trade-specific skills are just landing in the industry through someone that they know.
Okay, gotcha.
And they're a bit reluctant to pass on their stuff to people. But you've got to give them the time, you've got to prove that you're not just another dickhead that's just out to get something for yourself and not willing to give back as well.
Okay. Is there courses that tubies can do to learn tubing?
Yeah, Swage Lock, which is the fitting company, and
Okay.
usually a company will put you through it because they're
I see.
quite a pretty expensive course. But yeah, I've been run through most of my courses through companies. They just see that it's expired, we'll run you through it,
Oh, yeah.
or they require you to do it.
Yeah.
Just when you get on the job,
Oh,
they say, right, everyone's doing the course.
yeah.
Bam, in we go and do it. Yeah.
Is it a job requirement? Project requirement?
Yeah, usually it is. Yeah.
Most people know about gyms, but is there other things that people can get up to outside of work?
Yeah, well, it depends on the camp situation. Like here where you and I, we're free to go.
Yeah.
And go surf on the weekend, or people can kite surf if they want to, or motorbike ride.
Mm.
You can take off and do that.
Yeah.
But other camps, particularly WA, you're restricted to just the camp.
Yeah.
So really, gym and suck and piss is really the only outlet for most people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Which is hard because everybody needs an outlet.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And you and I, man, we're surfing and we're right. We've got our outlet.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's very hard to be motivated.
Yeah.
On a camp. And the gyms are always packed out.
Mm. If there was one thing that someone could have told you before you started to make it easier for you, what would it be?
Don't restrict yourself to just your trade. You've got to, have a crack at something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you like at tubing, mate? Come and do this. Are you any good at this? And you just say, yeah, I'll have a crack.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on just your trade. And longevity on jobs is another one. If you're going to get onto it, you got to push through and do a year minimum.
Yeah.
Because companies don't want to see a guy that's hopping around doing like 2 months here, 2 months there, and then he leaves here again. And often, if you're trying to go for a 4-in-1 FIFO gig, they want to see, this guy will stay on the job for a long time.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. On next week's episode, we have part 2 of Steve's interview, where he digs into a topic about a secret organisation in Western Australia that rates FIFO workers and can only be accessed by employers. Don't forget to leave comments and feedback in the box below. Subscribe, share and like. Here's a preview of next week.
I shouldn't say that. But it's exactly what everyone says.
Yeah.
No one really knows a lot about names. It's just this like secret thing that.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's real.